Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Message Raw podcast. We've got a special guest with us today. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi guys, my name's Isha. I am Gunjan's best friend, and yeah, I'm really excited to be here with everyone today.
No problem. So today we're talking
Welcome.
about. What did you say, Najma?
I said welcome.
Oh yeah, welcome. Right. So I think we're four strong women, opinionated women, right? So, especially Najma.
Way too many opinions. Way too many.
I want to talk about women's empowerment and what that means to you guys. What does it mean when you hear women empowerment?
Okay, Grover, go. Marinate my answers.
Thanks. Right. So I'm gathering my answer too, but don't judge me because I haven't gathered it yet. So I think woman empowerment is when a woman feels strong and feels purposeful in whatever it is that she wants to do, regardless of other people's opinions, their input, what should she be doing, whether it's men, women, your parents, whatever. Regardless of anyone else's input, you stay strong on what your mind tells you you should do, and you do it. I think that's empowerment.
I think a woman is truly empowered if she has choice. The ability to choose is, to me, the ultimate power. You take that away from someone, you take away their power.
Good answer. Isha, anything to add?
You know what? I'm running out of things because you're both like pointing at the same sort of things I was trying to say. But I think it's almost the same sort of idea as what Gunjan was saying. I believe I myself would feel most empowered is when I'm able to make a decision based on my opinions and my thinkings rather than being influenced by society and partners and families, and knowing that what I'm doing is right for me and that it's okay if it doesn't work out for myself because it's still me that's doing it.
Yeah.
And as long as the consequences are only for me, it doesn't matter. No one else has a voice in that. So I think that's when I feel most empowered, when I'm a bit stubborn. There you go.
I agree. So, but as a community, is that the right word to use? As a woman community, is there things that we should stay away from that are holding us back?
The patriarchy.
What did you say?
The patriarchy. You need to stay from that one.
So, like, for instance, there's some women who have an issue with women who post half-naked pictures, like you're buying into the whole patriarchy kind of thing.
Sexualizing yourself, sort of.
Yeah, you're objectifying yourself. And is it objectifying yourself or is it?
I have a problem when women post half naked, but that half nudity is not true. When it's all edited and photoshopped and things like that, then what you're selling is not really, it's not objectification or anything, it's just not true. But if a woman have fullness poses half naked, I think that is a form of empowerment. And as I said, the ability to choose, if a woman chooses to pose half naked, that's completely empowerment. But when it's edited and photoshopped and all sorts of things, although it empowers her, it doesn't empower other women.
Yeah,
I think with it's funny because I don't know if that's obviously the same for other women, but I know a lot of the time women, when they post half naked pictures, the criticism they get is from men, but men are who are looking at those pictures, they're the audience at the end of the day. Yeah. But they'll be the first ones to criticize. And I think the attention that the men bring to those women causes other women to then have a problem with, well, why are all the men focusing on the half naked women? Look at my me being a goody two shoes. I don't think it makes anyone less or more of a woman on what
Do you
they.
think it comes from a place of jealousy? Then is it envy? Why aren't the men looking at me? They're looking at her. Therefore,
I generally sometimes think that a lot of women have a problem with other women posting like half naked pictures because they're thinking, well, the men are looking there. It may be that, you know, they come from a more conservative sort of background and they just don't want to do that, and that's fine. But I think I'm more of a let live and let live sort of person. Like, it doesn't bother me if someone posts a picture on Instagram. If I don't like it, you keep swiping.
So what do we think about OnlyFans and things like that? Is that empowering women?
Listen, you get your money how you get your money. Like, you gotta do what you got to do.
Come on. I agree.
You know what? Selling sex is an age-old profession. For as long as there are human beings on this planet, there will be someone selling sex. So by policing it and saying what is right and what's wrong, and if you do it, you're less than, I think you're policing women altogether. But we only police the women selling sex. They're not selling it to themselves. As Isha said, the audience are the men.
And
no one has to go out. I saw it on Twitter. A girl in a Catholic school was suspended because her head teacher saw her OnlyFans. What was he doing at OnlyFans?
I feel that jealousy ever.
Yeah.
You know, honestly,
jealousy. We can't say, none of us can say we don't feel jealousy. Yeah, 100%. It is within our nature to feel jealousy. So let's just all admit that, yeah, jealousy happens. Not often, but when it happens, and you're like,
you can't control it.
No, you can't. It's something that just comes out. It's like the green-eyed monster. Like, you just don't understand.
Can I ask though, when you're done, sorry, carry on.
Go on.
I was just going to say, do you ever try and make your partner jealous then in return?
Hell yes. And it's not done anything good for me. So.
Because nothing good ever came out of nothing.
Like if I'm the jealous person, I'm looking crazy. So I have to kind of match it up again and make you look a little bit crazy. So we're both crazy. It has to match.
But the thing is, Isha, I don't know the line. I don't know when it crosses to disrespect. So
you have to know the line.
By the time I know it, I'm like, shit, maybe that was disrespectful.
Oh God. Yeah, go on, Gunjan. So do you do that? You poke a little to get a reaction?
I do, because sometimes in order to feel secure, you need to just in order to feel secure, you just need to make them feel a bit insecure, and that's a really bad thing. It is what it is. To know, I just know that you feel jealousy, so that I know that you feel some type of way that I need to know that you feel. You know?
Yeah. Do you care enough?
Yeah, that's what it is. It's just about knowing how much you care.
Yeah.
No, but can I just ask, how in the past have you tried to evoke jealousy in your partner? Like, what have you said or done?
You don't even want to know.
Oh, like, what have you said? Have you just mentioned people who have approached you?
No. Let me tell you. This is the level. I think. Oh, I'm gonna sound
the level of petty.
I think men can drive you real crazy. Like, I think a bad relationship can drive you real cuckoo up here. So I remember once. This is a while ago. This is not my current partner, and it wouldn't be him. I had my female friend. I changed her name on my phone as a guy. And then when I was around him, I said, you need to call me. I'm going to leave the room. We're going to have a 5-minute hush-hush chat. And I'm going to come in and see what he reacts. And yeah, I did. And I got loads of little, who was that? What were you talking about? Why is he calling you at this time? And
no, that's craziness.
But that is what they draw out of you. If you explain it. But
do you want to explain?
Unfortunately, I've encountered a few of those. Terrible people. So a pick-me is often a woman, and I support every woman out there except from pick-me's. They are women who hold other women down to look good in front of a man, and their way to earn that brownie points to be that Ladette, they make other women sound horrible. Like, oh, you driving men crazy. That's why men cheat. So everything's a woman's fault.
You don't cook and clean. You don't. You guys are showing so much skin.
And they say it to men. It wouldn't even hurt as much if they said it in just female company. Often they're talking to men, degrading women.
What do we think about them kind of women? Is it okay? I mean, that could just be them.
Fix it then.
A lot of women don't find Cardi B or Megan Thee Stallion or Rihanna empowering. They think that's not how a woman should be.
I think pick me comes from a place of jealousy or envy, or I wish I could do that. Not necessarily jealousy, but like, I find majority of pick me's come from a very conservative communities.
Yeah, I was just about to say, it sounds like pick me's come from very shadowed, confined state of minds where, okay, maybe women shouldn't show skin, and maybe that's something that's been indoctrinated into them throughout their life to the point where it's now become their own words because that's all they know. It's their lack of education.
When a woman gets cheated on and she forgives the man gets a pass. Everyone attacks the woman.
You will never find a man forgive a woman for cheating.
What we fail to understand, and what a lot of women fail to understand that criticizing Cardi B or even single mothers, because single mothers get a lot of criticisms. A lot of women are not willing to put up with this rubbish. It's
anymore.
The woman who's making that decision. It's the woman saying, I don't want this. And somehow she's the one who lost her husband. No, she walked away from it. She don't want it anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, look at you. You lost your man.
Yeah.
No, he lost his wife.
I lost her. She's the one that got away in the situation, not him. He's going to go find someone else and probably do exactly the same. And it doesn't make Cardi any less of a woman for making that decision for herself and her child. I think it was also refreshing to see on Twitter a lot of women backing her, you know, in comparison to the one that were bashing Cardi B quite ruthlessly. But it's just, it's almost, you know, a learning curve, because as you know, like our parents and grandparents, people would take crap. They wouldn't be so quick to leave things. So I think it shows that women are becoming more comfortable to make that decision for their family. They don't have to wait for the man to divorce them, or for the man to now say, I'm now done. I'm now going to go marry a second woman. You can go. They're not waiting for that. They're taking a stand. And I think she should be praised. Of course, her family's broken down and it's sad, but she worked on it. It didn't work out. It's no one's business. Let them go.
Yeah. But
single mothers should be celebrated, as you said, instead of being held. It's a woman who, against all odds, knowing that life would not be as easy, chose herself and her children above a marriage. And I think that is the ultimate strength.
Let's talk about age shaming. I feel like as soon as a woman hits 30 and she's not married or engaged or doesn't have a baby, as soon as she steps out of line, someone is so quick to tell her, go get married, or why don't you have babies? Or a man could be 50.
Easy fine.
No one said anything. But it's usually women that I see saying these things to other women as well.
It goes back to feminism and what we said, the ability to make choice. I would call myself hardcore feminist, right? And anyone who says that she's crazy, go for it. For me, to be a feminist, as I said earlier, you have to believe in the choice of a woman.
But people see them as less than other women see them as less than a woman.
That woman, because they're putting woman's value on a man. Your value is limited until you have a man. You're not good enough until a man tells you you're worth marrying, you're worth having a children with. But guess what? Men are, oh my God, there's not a woman on this planet who cannot find a husband. Not one.
Not one. Just lower your standards a little bit.
It's just that she don't want to. People fail to understand that she chose not to. Men are everywhere. They're begging women, no matter what a woman looks like or what she thinks of herself, there's a man willing, not more than one. There's hundreds in a line.
Oh, and let's talk about women always telling other women, you need to learn how to keep a man.
What does that even mean? Like, I need to learn what? How to, like...
be a
Do
slave.
what? What are the skills that I lack?
Deal with his shit, tolerate his shit, keep the cheating going. That's how you keep a man that doesn't deserve to be kept.
It's basically anything that's going to embarrass you is how you're going to keep a man.
I think that's quite it's horrible to hear. You don't know how to keep a man. Babes, if I let the man go, it's because he did not deserve to be in my life. He didn't deserve to be kept, and he didn't know how to keep me. I don't
want to keep him. Not there.
Yeah,
I didn't want to keep him.
I didn't want him.
You don't suffer from that though as women. Do you guys see yourselves comparing to other women?
I compare myself to everybody.
Me too.
And that's just, I think, for me, the women are not my only competitions. In fact, the men are my competition more than the women. When I apply for the job, the chances are a man will get it more than any other woman has a chance. So I need to beat him before I beat the woman.
That's like a healthy-ish competition, but I mean like looking at another woman and just thinking, man, her boobs are perkier, or
Yeah,
I was gonna say, I think I'd be lying if I don't, not the boobs, but I'm sure whatever my insecurity is, I look at other women and I think, damn, I wish it was just
my belly was that flat. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. I wish my belly was that flat. But I think as you grow and you sort of, become more secure with yourself and your body, and however long that takes, I think you start to do that less. It still hasn't gone away completely. I hope for the day it does, because I would like to not compare myself to other women and feel confident within myself and be content. But I think we still somewhere subconsciously.
It's a long, hard journey, man.
It is.
I'd be lying if I say I didn't. I'm not necessarily compare, but when I see something I like for my body and I see another woman has it, I like.
But how much does it bother you?
Not much. When she's out of my sight, it's gone outside.
There's some women where it doesn't though. Well, they'll see that picture and they'll save it.
Oh no. From the moment that she's out of my view, I've completely forgotten about it. I'm worrying about the next thing.
Women were so quick to compromise.
And we're very accommodating men.
Yeah.
It's almost like, I always say that women like a project. Like we can see, a half ready guy for us and we're like, yep, we'll get him to the level that we want and we'll hope he changes. We'll hope he'll become the person we want him to be. But then men want the ready woman, the perfect body, the perfect age, everything. They're not ready to compromise on nada. Thing.
I think a lot of women, and I think goes back to comparing yourself to other women, want to be the chosen one, the one that fixed him, the one that he stopped doing all of the things for, to put herself above all of the other women he disrespected. And that's why serial killers find wives in prisons on a daily basis.
No.
The women, they want to fix him. Then I am the woman who was capable enough to change a horrid man. I'm unlike all of the other women. I'm better than them, and I think that's our downfall.
You think that's why women compromise?
Yeah, I agree. I think that might have been my mindset as well. A few times where I've like, it's fine what he's saying now, but I'll change his mind. I'm sure I'll fix it. And it doesn't. You're the one that ends up getting hurt because you're so invested in making it work and making this guy the person that he wants to be, but he's not ready to be yet. And
it's not fixable.
Yeah.
I've never seen a guy, there's a few girlfriends that I would met that I was like, I thought that was not your type. But then all my guy friends, every woman that I've been with is exactly what I thought in my head. They don't settle for nothing. No one. So I think we should work on that as well. We should stop compromising.
But there's a famous saying that, a man will destroy every good woman that comes his way until he's ready for the one. And I think that really is fitting, because until that guy is ready, any woman that comes his way, as long as it's not his time, he's going to break her heart and he's going to be with her as long as it meets what he requires, whether it's the cooking, the cleaning, or whether it's the sex, or whatever it is that he's after. And I think until he himself is ready, no woman is going to change your mind. And the one that does stay, she shouldn't feel like she won because he's now settling with her. it's the fact that he's now finally grown up enough to want to do that. You might have been the same as all the other women before.
So it's not the woman, it's the timing.
I think so. I mean, you see men break women's heart. These women are beautiful and they're talented and they're hardworking, and every day these women are getting taken for granted.
They
Not
tell
because there's
you.
something lacking in them. It's because these men are wasting their time because they're not ready. Yeah.
Some men tell you you are the right girl but the wrong time, so fuck off.
Literally, how many times have we fucking heard that? Like,
I believe in wrong timing. I do.
I think the biggest lie we've ever been sold as women is that there's a shortage of men.
Who said that?
There isn't. No, but there's this idea that there's no, you have to get a man. Maybe
the meaning like maybe there's a shortage of nice men.
Yeah,
I
can agree with that.
Blood everywhere. So this idea that we are trying to get the man that this idea that if you are not good enough, if you're not married by the time you're 30, it's all rubbish.
Why is it 30 anyway?
Men are everywhere.
It's the biological clock after 30 that they see as a decline, and I think that's where it's all come from. But you know, Najma, what you were just saying about us, sorry, I don't know who said it, running out of nice guys. It's weird because I was just thinking this earlier, where they're not even nice guys. These are just normal guys. This is how they're supposed to treat us, but we see it as special and nicer than the rest because we're so used to being like.
I'm telling you,
women, like little, yeah, because men that are, you know, when you're with a guy that doesn't really care and is not really with it, when he does something nice, it will be like, oh, I did that for you. I went to Tesco for you. You wanted paracetamol. He will make it a show. Whereas someone who really is genuinely there for you and cares for you, he will do something which is regular. He's not going to expect to thank you in return. It's
not in the sun horizon. That's what we're supposed to bloody do.
We really do. We really, seriously, the bar is on the floor for men. This
reminds me of, like when they like overdo the fact that, he's a really good dad, like he changes nappies and, he does this and he does that. And it's like, that is the bare minimum for being a parent. Like,
there are some men who say
what you're supposed to do and you got a well done for it. And she
they call themselves babysitters. It's like
fathers call themselves babysitters, and I'm like, in what universe?
I'm watching the baby tonight. It's your baby.
I'm babysitting.
It's your child. You're living with the baby.
You're not fucking babysitting. You're looking after your kid.
They do the bare minimum, like you said.
And it's obviously not all men, but.
We applaud. Oh my God, when we see single fathers, we think the Lord himself has come down from heaven.
But is it our fault though? Is it our fault, Najma, when every corner you look is trash, right? So, when you
can we help it?
Can we help it? Has anyone ever fallen out with a girlfriend?
Yeah.
Yeah?
What, just a friend?
What do you fallen out with a girlfriend over
like one of our girls?
Yeah. And how quick did you do that versus how quick you forgive your boyfriend when he disrespects you?
I'm ruthless either way. I get just as pissed at my boyfriend as I do with my friends. I really do.
I don't.
Maybe that's just me and my short temper, but
it's common. It's common with girls to forgive their husbands or boyfriends a million times. But
I'm gonna live with him.
But your friend, true. But I think friendship is also something valuable.
No, of course, I know.
But
for me, I don't really forgive. I don't. I mean, I know it's a virtue to forgive and all sorts of things, but it's not in me to forgive anybody who does me wrong.
Yeah,
I hold grudge till
both
the day.
Ways, girls and boys.
Everybody, but no girlfriend has ever done me wrong for me to say that is it. But my friendship, there are some girls I've fallen out with because my spirit no longer sat well with them.
Amen. No, but I
know about that.
Yeah, I think I've definitely fallen out with friends like long term and not gone back to being friends with. But I would really say I did give it my all. I gave it enough chances for them to, you know, bring it back. And it was only until they do something that is unforgivable. And like you, Najma, I'll tell you I've forgiven you, but every time I see your face, I'm going to remember what you did, and I will treat you differently, and you'll see it. But I think with boyfriends and partners, you tend to give them more chances, but you maybe reach that stage a bit later where now it's done. And I think once I'm done, I want to be done, I don't go back. Same with friends. I think once they cross a certain line, you can't go back.
Yeah,
there's no a certain line, I think, to cross. Like, there are lines, but with friendship, I think it's blood. But for a man, like, for example, some women, if he cheats on me, there's no coming back from that. It's a lot more clearer what you're willing to forgive your man to do and what you're not. Whereas your friends, the lines are slightly blurred. You don't know. When what's too much for a friend, it's dependent on each individual. Whereas a man, he can do you wrong 100 million different ways, but you know those 100 different ways. Nothing will ever come.
As long as he's not done that one thing that you're never going to come back from. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. You set a boundary.
For girls, so what was it I was going to ask? Right. So if you had a boyfriend that liked one of your friends, would you want your friend to come and tell you? Actually, who's meant to tell you first? It's technically your boyfriend who's meant to tell you, like, I kind of like your friend.
How do you come back from that?
Wait, so your boyfriend...
So who do you let go? Do you let go of the friend, or do you let go of... Well, you have to let go of the boyfriend, obviously.
You have to let go of the boyfriend.
How about let go of both of them? Well, if the girl has nothing wrong...
You're letting go of both of them. If he just
but let's say your boyfriend has a crush on your friend. It happens sometimes.
He's already gone.
But some women stop hanging around with the girl.
Yeah.
But the reality is the girl wasn't a problem. The problem is him, because another girl can come in that's not even your friend. What are you going to do? Keep him in prison for the rest of his life?
Goes back to the Chloe thing.
How would it bother you if your boyfriend or your partner really got on with your friend? Like, really, 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 like, same wavelength, same vibe. Conversation is flowing. Conversation is flowing better than it's ever flowed between you and your friend.
Oh, it's a little bit.
Why would that not bother me?
Yeah, imagine it's making me jealous. I'm literally just
like, he's on there now.
I'm literally getting annoyed.
Just them getting on too well can be really annoying, which is why
for me that's not jealousy. It's not like, maybe he likes my friend. It's just I don't like mixing. I don't really have friends.
I just don't want anyone to get on with my boyfriend as much as I do. That's it. He's jealous. I'm jealous. I don't want anyone to be his best friend.
Like, you're really out here laughing like you've never laughed before with my friend. Are you all right?
She makes you happier than
you want to come home with me? Talk about my friend. His friends cannot make him laugh better than I can. Are you mad? Who are you going to bed with?
Yeah, I was just about to say he's not gonna be happy if you're there kicking with his friend, and all like, oh, you're so funny, the funniest guy I ever met. What? He's gonna look at you like you're a joke. It's the same way. I'm leaving.
So if your boyfriend had a crush on your friend, what are we doing?
Use the problem, unless my friend
we're letting it all go. Like, we're just forever going to feel insecure around that friend.
Yeah,
you are forever every time that friend walks into the room, and this is not me, like, this is me imagining it, hasn't happened, but what I imagine, that every time my friend walked into this room, I would look at her and be like, what was it that he saw in her? Was it this? Was it this? Was it that? And I've had a situation like this before, where someone that I was speaking to or seeing, who turned around and said to me, oh, why can't you be more like... And you know after that, I could never look at that friend again the same way.
Was so anti this person.
Do you understand? I was like, and you know what? I saw her get on with this person as well. I saw her and this person I was seeing get on really well. And trust me,
he opened his mouth and said, why can't you be... Is he all right? No, do you know what?
Exactly. You know what it was? He said something like, "Why can't you be more modest?" Like blah blah. And after that, I was just like,
Someone
I
has to die.
I swear to God, I hated this woman. And you know what? That was wrong of me. It was wrong of me to turn around and go, why the fuck is this woman so modest? Or whatever.
She wasn't worth it anyway.
The problem is first of all, that's disrespectful. You shouldn't say that to anybody, let alone someone you're talking to. Secondly, by getting angry at the woman, or your boyfriend has a crush on your girl, therefore you feel insecure around her for the rest of your life, you are kind of placing responsibility on her when there should be no responsibility on her. It wouldn't matter. It would not matter. Any woman, he would have said the same thing. So it should not make you feel insecure, because it's not actually the woman, it's the man.
Right. Last question of the night, ladies. What do we think about women that say, I don't owe another woman loyalty?
Well, she doesn't. She's right. She doesn't owe me anything. Another woman owes me absolutely nothing apart from decency. She doesn't owe me loyalty. My loyalty should only be coming from my partner.
How is that empowering us as women?
No. That's what listen, if someone doesn't know me, if a woman doesn't know who I am, if she obviously knows that I exist, that he has a girlfriend, you're going completely against empowering women. You're
No, this is a woman who knows you have a boyfriend. He's with you.
And she's now gone with him.
She's saying, I don't owe her any loyalty.
Yeah, no, she's bottom of the pile. She is.
My thing is, right, every day women get on social media and talk about men are trash, men are always cheating, men cheat on us. And then you turn around in the same breath and say, I don't owe another woman loyalty. It doesn't make sense to me.
I'll be honest. I think if my boyfriend cheats on me, I'm more likely to not go find the woman and try and talk to her. I'm not interested in you. I'm pissed at her, and of course I care about what's happened, but my expectations are not from every other woman out there. It is from my partner. 100%. And he's the one that's betrayed me, not her. No one else owes me anything in this life apart from 100%. The person that's promised to do that.
But I 100% agree with you. The man, your boyfriend, is the one who done you wrong. The girl was in a relationship with you. However, we say we belong to womanhood, a community that looks out for one another. So for you, if you do that to me for the rest of my life, I don't really think highly of you.
No,
you are
that's
kind of a woman I want to keep around. If you a woman should think of what is in the best interest of another woman, because do you know what men do? Men go and tell their guy. A woman that's sleeping with a man, if she's married, before the wife says it, the other guy is like, I've been fucking your wife.
Someone I know, as long as she's not somebody I know personally, and it's just some hoe from the street, I don't care. That's what she's going to be called.
I would wish the hoe from the street were respecting you as a woman, because guess what?
I just feel like as a woman, your morals and how we're always fighting men to stop cheating, and we always say men are trash because they cheat on us and they treat us bad.
I mean, we can only hope that someone would, but
for you to low-key play into that, I don't know, man. I think your morals should stop you. Maybe loyalty is not the right word to use. Maybe it's true, I don't owe you any loyalty, but as a woman, because it can happen to me as well.
You should know that you shouldn't be doing that to another woman.
And you know what? A lot of the times the women do come is also because now that man has moved on to a third woman. Because now she's got loyalty to show you. Because the other woman didn't give her loyalty either. So it's a chain reaction. And you know what? I'm pro women, always. But you have to understand, no one is 100% innocent in a cheating situation. Whether you're involved with someone who's with somebody or you're the person that has a partner. No one is innocent in that.
Can I say, when men cheat, one of their absolute favorite go-to, especially when men cheat on their pregnant wives or wife who's given birth, which is the most awful thing you can do to your partner, they say, oh, because I wasn't getting it from you. And
That's bullshit, man.
No, a lot of men say it, like, oh, because we weren't being intimate anymore and I had needs. Well, go masturbate like a normal person.
If you met a man who's going through a divorce or a breakup, and the other one was still kind of in the picture, would you give him a chance?
So you're going for a breakup, or
Oh, yeah, of course. He's
going for a breakup with
Yeah.
another person.
Mm.
No, he's still involved with her. He's not broken up yet. It's like when people are married and they haven't gotten divorced yet. It's a bit like, well, you're still kind of legally with them, unless you're separated and you're living in a different house. If you're in the middle ground, that means we're in the middle ground.
For me, it wouldn't even be jealousy or loyalty or none of that. That would be stopping me. It's just too messy for my liking.
It is.
Too many things. It's just too many things to keep up with. Not because, oh, I should be loyal to the other woman or whatever. You're getting a divorce, fair enough. You know, you both decided there's no longer a thing.
A lot of men lie though. They're not even really. They're just saying that so that they can get to you.
Oh, or a lot of married men telling girls that they're gonna divorce their wives when
The wife is happy at home. She doesn't.
She's getting dozens of red roses.
Never ever going to be, you're never going to feel secure if you got someone through cheating, because you're always going to think, well, he did that to get me, what's to say he's not going to do it again? I don't think you ever have that guarantee.
You lose them how you get them.
Exactly. You have to put yourself in the other side of that. If you were involved with a guy that had a girlfriend, would you go and tell the girlfriend?
If you wanted your teeth knocked out, you would.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't want to get into a fight. So listen, I will send you a text, right? And I'll be somewhere.
I'm DMing you on Twitter from a private account.
Yeah.
I'm coming to you as a woman.
No.
Right, Gunjan, what do you think about women that don't owe another woman loyalty?
I think, do you know what? It's a difficult one because as women, we're always told that we should try to empower each other and we should like stand for each other, even when we don't know someone, we should like be there for them because, you know, there's like girl code, you know, we've all been through the same shit. And so we know what it's like to be a woman. So we should really always be there for each other. But at the same time, in a situation like that, owing a woman loyalty when she's with someone, I understand that, but when someone's got a boyfriend, you don't intervene in that. I get that. So yeah, that's what I think. I think you owe them loyalty, but to an extent. As a woman, you should look, you shouldn't. Look, there are sticky and messy situations out there and people fall for people that they shouldn't fall for. And then they learn from those mistakes. So it's all about growth, and sometimes women don't realize how much they should owe women loyalty until
it happens to you.
Pardon?
Sometimes until it happens to you.
It happens to you, or until you're in a situation where you can actually know wrong from right. You don't know what right is until you know what wrong is, yeah? So until you know both sides of a situation or you've been involved in
everyone knows it's wrong to be cheated on. So you knew what's wrong from the beginning. When like a woman, you can't say a woman doesn't know what wrong is to know what a right is. Everyone from birth, we know a man should not cheat on his woman.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying experience with things like that.
Some people learn through like things happening to them.
But are you selfish or are you loyal?
Yeah,
By saying you only understand pain when it happens to you, you lack empathy.
Empathy, 100%. But I also think in that situation, women that do it don't have. It's morals. It's down to morals, I think.
But I think you, like Gunjan said, unless we would love to think that we would do the perfect thing. If it was me in that scenario, this is what I would do. Yep, that's how I would handle it. When you're in it, you don't know how you do it because situations can throw you off. It could be that some variables were different and it took a bit longer to get to and it's bloody.
I disagree with that. Yeah, there are some situations when you don't know how you would react unless you were in there. but there are some things you innately know is to do.
You wouldn't even
And
put yourself in that situation.
Yeah, no matter what situation you're in, you know how you should react, and you should react that way. It's not like, I don't know, we'll figure out when I'm there. No, this is wrong, and this is.
I agree with both of you. It's sometimes, Najma, I think life can throw you things that you never expected. We've all done things, right? I'm sure we've all done things that we said we would never do, right?
Absolutely.
Right? So I get what Isha is saying. So sometimes it's easy to say from this side, we haven't been in that situation, we haven't been tested, we haven't fallen in love with someone who's got another girlfriend. You know?
I don't think I need to be tested to know where I stand.
I agree with you, man. But I'm just saying life can happen.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
I get life comes at you fast. But there are some situations I don't need testing.
I would not even put myself in that situation. But let's say it has happened.
I fall in love with another woman's man. From the moment I find out he's another woman's man, my feelings are switched off, and I can switch off my feelings like a light, honestly. From the moment I decide this man is no longer for me.
The moment I realize you're a liar. You've lied.
The tear will come out of my head. Are you mad? I'll just be like, what an idiot I was. I didn't see it coming.
And I'm also not as like a lot of women, like you lot have been saying, like a lot of women like projects. I personally don't. Please, God, I want someone. I don't want to change anything.
Ready, man. I learned my lesson. I did.
I don't need to be fixing a man. No, thank you.
No.
And I feel like
I'll let the other women, unfortunately, do the hard work for you. Let him come to you when he's all fixed up. And I think divorce is the best answer to marriage.
I don't know why we're working it out if he's failing. It's failing. We're both unhappy. And let me tell you guys, kids remember everything. Staying in a marriage for children is possibly...
That's the dumbest thing you could do, man.
It teaches them that's...
I think when you have children, you should be more short-tempered, that you shouldn't put up with more bullshit, because you are just subjecting them to misery. When by yourself, by all means, be an idiot and pop with the shit, because you are hurting only you.
And then those same children take on that idea thinking this is a normal marriage life and this is what they will take on to be. And that's not normal. I would rather have two single parents if we're not happy together and just work it out for the kids and they see two happy families rather than have one very unhappy family. And I think it's always you cared for this person at some point. That's why you married them and you loved them at some point. Respect them enough to know if you're not happy now, go your different, part ways and be happy that way. I don't think there's anything good.
Together for the sake of children is just dumb, because I think twice before you subject your children to some horrible life, and think for them and think of them before you tolerate what you're going to tolerate.
110%. And on that note, people, I think we've said it all. Women, be a bit more like men, okay?
Be selfish, put you first.
When you was at home, you didn't even help your mom. Her thing is, but now you're in the kitchen asking Kwame what he wants. It's like,
oh my God.
It's just so, you're in there shipping it up. But when your mom.
Tell you what the funniest thing is though, I remember I was talking to this guy at uni and I offered, because I was going to cook anyway. I was like, oh, do you want to come round? I'm going to cook. And he had the friggin' nerve to say, can I bring the boys round as well? Like I'm some kitchen aunt. I'm going to cook for the rest of the family. And I was like, I'm not cooking anymore. Bye.
You know I swear to God, I am in this life to be shameless like men. I swear to
be as shameless as men. Maybe that's what we should end on.
Be selfish.
I think I scare men because no one has ever tried any stupid shit like that. From the moment I meet them, they know I'm psychotic.
It's how you get them. If my friend and my boyfriend, let's say they got together,
she needs to keep the rest of her friends far away.
But let me reword it. My ex-boyfriend and my friend, let's say they fell in love. Yeah. Would you guys tolerate that? Like, listen, you can't stop love at the end of the day. That could be.
Very true. I cannot stop love, but I will not be part of that loving. I'll remove myself from that situation.
But that's your ex-boyfriend, though. That's your
I
ex-boyfriend.
don't care. I don't, come on, man.
So
You're my
wait,
friend.
she still wants to be friends with you while she's now dating your ex-boyfriend.
Love
she
is
alright?
love, though. You lucky brought them together.
Nothing in that situation is working. I'm leaving. You two can be together.
Well-
Your friends are staying with me.
I wish you all the best.
All the best,
Happiness.
and I wish you well. But I am from far away, from far.
But that's
far
your
away.
ex-boyfriend, though.
Nothing but
So
goodwill.
what? I'm
I am
supposed to
not
turn
around.
up to his wedding with a fucking gift.
I feel like if I'm over someone, I'm over them.
How am
Yeah,
I going to
but that doesn't mean I would go to their wedding.
boyfriend?
If I was the catalyst, I don't. I want to be mentioned in the speech, but I'm not coming to the wedding.
Oh, I'm so sorry. We had to break Isha's heart to get together. And
thank
she's
you.
still sad and lonely now. But thanks, Isha, for bringing us together. Fuck that. I'm not going to witness that at a wedding. Why? Just so I can get drunk and be oh, you're the one. Oh.
As well as, was it Prince William or Prince Harry that had like 3 ex-girlfriends at his wedding?
Yeah, it was Prince Harry. He's good.
embarrassing.
He must have been a good boyfriend because
I'm telling you.
Embarrassing.
But I feel like if we're broken up, years have gone by, you and my friend fall in love.
Do you believe in amicable breakups there?
No, not me.
You know,
I'm
I
dating.
really thought the last person I broke up with, I was going to be okay friends with until he turned crazy. And I thought, yeah, it doesn't happen.
No, thank you, Isha, for joining us. I hope you had fun.
I did. It's been so good, honestly. I was so excited when I was invited. So I'm glad. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, she didn't even seem nervous or anything. Just jumped straight into it.
It's just
I'm ready.
chatting me and yeah. All my work from homes have, prepared me for video chatting. So that's it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, good. Right, guys, we'll see you next week. Thank you for joining us. Bye.
And stay messy.
Stay messy.